Hey everybody, Steve here, and here's a look at all the stories we're following at the AFR News Desk for January 20th, 2015. Our lead story this week comes from over at play.com and the announcement that the pre-orders for the new updated version of second season have begun to ship. Now that we know who's going to be in the Super Bowl, that was the last piece that needed to be finalized, so it will include both Seattle and New England in that new game. Also, in some related news, Al Wilson has created an unbagging video and goes through and shows everybody exactly what comes inside the new version of the game. I'll post a link to that video below. It's a really great video. Al, congratulations on putting that out, and really great work on that. And for everybody that didn't get a chance to pre-order, that game will go on sale on February 2nd. And in other news, over at FTP Sports, they are having a winter doldrums sale. Just using the code WD when you check out will get you 25% off absolutely anything that's in their product catalog. Now let's take a look at new releases. APBA has announced that they've finished shipping out all the pre-orders for the 2014 season for their APBA Baseball game, and so now regular orders will begin shipping out. And also they have begun shipping pre-orders of their new APBA Golf game. Coming off being named the new game of the year in the Paul Dillon 1 for 5 magazine, Soccer Blast has two brand new releases out, the 1977 and the 2014 North American Pro League seasons. The 1977 season includes some really great retro colors and graphics, as well as being the last professional season for Pele. Roster Card Baseball, having success with their Roaring 20s card set, has now released a new Dirty 30s. In just one download, you get all 10 seasons from 1930 to 1939 for one low price. And finally, over at Downey Games, they've released the 2014 men and women's yearbook for their ultra quick tennis game. And now it's time for the question of the week. So last week on the show, I asked everybody if they thought that Des Bryant made a catch in the Green Bay-Dallas game, and whether they thought that the rules will be looked at in the off-season. And almost every fan, except for a couple of Lions fans, said that it was a catch. Even a Green Bay fan said that he thought that it was a catch, and that most likely the rules will be looked at over the off-season. But thank you to everybody that responded. Always great to have a conversation with the fans of the show. This week, I guess the obvious question to ask is, who do you have in the Super Bowl, Seattle or New England? As for myself, I'm really not sure what's going to happen. There's actually been a couple of injuries announced for Seattle's defense, so I think that that might play a role in the deciding who will win that game. And I guess I have to go picking New England to win a close game, and I'll say it'll be 23-17. Look forward to your comments on that, and we'll highlight some of them on next week's show, and then see what happens when the big game rolls around in just 2 weeks. And finally, channel updates. So this was a really big week for the After Further Review, probably the biggest week since the show first launched. And a couple things happened. First, we had a brand new segment debut on the board game Breakfast from the Dice Tower. For those of you that aren't familiar, the Dice Tower is by far the biggest board game news network out there. So it was a really great honor and a great opportunity to get an AFR segment on there. It's called the AFR 2-Minute Drill, and to get some exposure for the sports board game world. Now right now this is going to be just a bi-weekly segment on the show, but make sure that you head on over. I'll post a link to that video and leave a comment saying that you'd like to see more sports board game coverage. And after that video is released, the channel picked up just about, I think, 8 new subscribers just in one day, which is by far the most that I've ever picked up. So it really helped get a lot of new viewers in. Welcome to everybody. If this is your first time seeing the sports board game news here on AFR, and definitely looking forward to this opportunity bringing more light onto the sports board game hobby. Last week I told you all the games that I'll be working on reviews for, and the first two that will be coming out hopefully in the next couple of weeks will be Hoops Tabletop Pro Basketball and Roller Rumble. Thank you again to everybody who's helped the channel grow. We're closing in on the 550 subscriber mark. Hopefully we can hit that maybe by Valentine's Day, and then we'll move on to the next milestone. Alright everybody, that's all for now. Thank you for watching. My name's Steve, and I'll see you next time after further review.